Alright guys, going to be doing some Patreon requests today, and the first one we're going to be doing today comes from Nolan Unejo. Oh, God, he even told me how to pronounce it and I still fuck it up. I just can't. Oh my God. And as always, if you guys would like to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link below, head on over to my Patreon, where you guys can hit the third tier. That'll allow you access to all the stuff over on Patreon, as well as send me requests for videos to do here on YouTube. And by other stuff, I mean like the other two tiers. Like, I just posted for Tier 1 a Q&A prelude for Friday the 13th, because we are, next week we are having a Friday the 13th. And we are, I'm also going to be having my review of Beetlejuice on there as well. Hopefully soon. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, I'm not sure. But anyway, let's get started with this subject. You know, the topic for this Patreon request is, as you can see from the title, what if Superman existed in Warhammer 40k? Like, let's say one day Superman appeared in the Warhammer 40k universe. Like, let's say that that happened. Just out of nowhere, like, Superman ends up in this universe where it's where only war exists. There's no hope, only war. So what would that be like? So I'm kind of talk about, like, obviously Superman is Superman. Could anything beat him in the Warhammer universe? I think there's a few things. I don't know. I don't think do I think Gilliman could beat Superman? No. Do I think any, like, the Demon Primarchs could beat him? I don't think any of the Primarchs could beat Superman. The only one who would really give him a run for his money is Magnus, maybe, because of the magic. Because magic is one of Superman's weaknesses. And I'm not saying this is like a Superman fanboy or anything. I'm just saying, like, as a lifetime reader of DC Comics and seeing what Warhammer has, and Warhammer has some stuff that could kill Superman. I'm not saying it won't. But the Primarchs, they ain't they don't have that dog in them like Clark does. So, I am gonna say, and this is also not even a fight. This is just, what would Superman react to? What would it be like if Superman reacted to the Warhammer 40k universe? That's the theme of this video. That's what it really is. Why did I go in that tangent? Because I knew that was going to happen in the comments. Anyway, so Superman would definitely see just a world of violence. It's a universe of violence. That's what the big thing Superman would see first. Is just this universe that gives into hatred and xenophobia and persecution. All of the things. It's literally like a nightmare world. It's like a nightmare universe for Clark. It is a universe without any compassion, any hope. Even, like, you could say, like, oh, the Tau, Superman would like the Tau. No, he wouldn't. I think at first he would be like, oh, the Tau seem like they've got a good head on their shoulders and seem like they could do some good for the universe. And then he sees their tactics of how to bring people into the Empire due to their super expansionism. Then no, he would not like that. I think he would, though. I think the only people who would really get like Superman would be like, yeah, I'm gonna hang out with them, is the Far Side Enclave. That's it. Everyone else here, it's gonna be difficult, because here's the thing: Superman is gonna want to save human. If he came upon a fight where the Guardsmen are fighting the Necrons, the first thing he would do is try to fight them off, and then save the Guardsmen, and the Guardsmen would instantly turn on him. The lasguns would do nothing to Superman, but but Clark would be, like, taken aback by just the amount of just hatred he would encounter from these normal humans that he's so used to, like, loving and saving. Like, they would just all over, it's like, Xeno scum, heretic. They would just all open fire on him, and Clark would be like, no, wait, stop, I'm trying to help you. Don't you understand? He's like, you know, it's a trick, it's some kind of monster. Although I do think there would be a small sum of humans, depending on where Superman arrived. I think it really would depend. Like, if he encountered some hive city, they would see him as, like, maybe it's the God Emperor. Like, they wouldn't, like, because again, humans in Warhammer aren't exactly the brightest bunch. you can thank it for being the dark ages of technology. And I'm not, like, the dark ages of... It's like the medieval times of science fiction. That's what Warhammer kind of is. So if they encountered Clark, like, coming down from, like, saving them from, like, a hive city... a hive of Tyranids or something like that, and he came down to the city to check on everyone, they would be, like, bowing their knees and be like, the Holy God Emperor has returned. And he's like, God Emperor? No. And then when they found out he's an alien, they're going to turn on him instantly. And that's what I feel is going to... Like, Superman, no matter where he goes in this universe, he is going to be constantly bereaved by just this amount of endless cynicism, evil, just hatred and xenophobia, no matter where he goes in this universe. Now, I know not everyone in the Warhammer universe is like that, but that's 90% of the universe. Let's all be real. But is that going to affect Superman? No. Superman is going to do what he does best. He's going to keep trying. That's the thing, is that if you threw Superman into the Warhammer universe, he's not going to be like, oh, he's going to turn into Regime Superman, like from Injustice, because I don't know how characters work. Sorry, I held on that pause a little too long, just to let it sink in. No, he's not going to turn into, like, Regime Superman, or like Homelander, or Omni-Man. No, he's gonna, like, Superman is going to keep trying. No matter how, like... No matter what the situation is, no matter how hopeless it is, it could even be an entire universe raging against him, saying, you die because you're different. Superman's going to be like, no, there's always a better way. And that's what I think, is going to be the driving force of Superman in the Warhammer universe, is that he is just going to be, no matter what, he's going to keep trying. He's going to keep going. He's going to, keep fighting no matter what, just again and again and again. He's going to help, he's going to save Guardsmen, he's going to save Tau, he's going to save Eldar. I think Clark would realize, like, the Orcs, the Tyranids, and the Drakari are kind of like, oh, you guys are really bad. And Chaos, that went without saying, obviously, but had to mention that. But yeah, also, Chaos will not have any effect on Superman. I'm not saying this is a Superman fanboy. I'm just saying, like, Superman has been put through so many trials and has even had, like, the equivalent of the Chaos Gods, Trigon and Darkseid, try to corrupt Superman. Didn't work. So I doubt the four ways of Satan are going to do anything to Superman. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be the case. But I could definitely see, like, Superman with the Necrons. That's going to be a dicey one. It depends on which Necrons he encounters. If it's, like, Ematech or, like, Illuminor, it's going to be a fight. But maybe I could definitely see, like, Superman having an interesting relationship with Trazyn. Like, Trazyn tries to capture him and put him in his collection on Salamis. But after breaking out, Clark's going to be like, I know someone like you on my universe. He also was a bit of a collector. He's like, ooh, I like him. Can you show me? Can you introduce me to him to sometime? I'd love to compare collections. But I think, like, Superman and Trazyn would definitely would be on neutral terms with Trazyn. But it'd just be so much as like, oh my god, it's just sassier Brainiac. Oh my god. Could Superman work well with the Primarchs? Well, considering where we are in the universe, I do think he could, like... Clark could definitely talk some reason into Gilliman. If him and Gilliman get into a fight, Superman's winning that fight. But I don't... Like, Superman's gonna... I don't want to kill you, Rabute. I just want to talk to you. Like, I think... And Rabute has worked with the Eldar before, and he sees, like, he's the state... I think a lot of people think that, Rabute is an idiot. I've seen that kind of a lot in the fandom, but, like, he's a statesman. He's logical. So if he sees that a being like this can bring help to the Imperium and help save all these lives, because at the end of the day, Superman and Rabute, do both want the same thing, so I think Gilliman would be like, alright, I'll listen. Fucking say something. Fucking talk, alright. I don't know if that would be the case with like Lion or who. It's not gonna fly with Rogel. If he encountered like Rogel Dorn in like this era, like if Rogel returns at some point and that's the Primarch he encounters first, it's not gonna fly. Like his best bet is, you know, Superman meeting encountering Rabute. Is like meeting Gilliman. That's like the only Primarch who's gonna really Lion has grown some wisdom, but I don't know, the xenophobia is still there. So Gilliman, because he's willing to work with, he's willing to overlook the whole xenophobia thing if it works for him too. And again, saving lives is what Gilliman wants too. But yeah, I know like a lot of people would say like, oh, Superman is just going to be like corrupted by chaos. He's going to turn into like a demonic version of Regime Super. I've seen that argument. I have seen that argument one too many times. I'm like, so y'all never read Superman comics? Cool, great. Let me sit you down real quick. He's going to keep trying. No matter how much hate he gets, no matter how much despair he encounters, Superman is going to keep trying to save this universe, even if it is impossible. Superman even said it, I will never stop fighting for a better tomorrow, ever. And that's what Superman is just going to try to bring hope to a hopeless galaxy. There you go. So, all right, so that's my 2 cents on it. But anyway, you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think it would be like if Superman existed in Warhammer 40k? Let me know in the comments below. This isn't like, can Superman beat everyone? No, it's like, what's the effect of Superman coming here affecting the universe? Yeah, that's kind of it. And again, I'd like to thank Nolan Unejo for this Patreon request. And other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.